Hello folks and welcome back to another video. This time we're checking out this fine timepiece that's part of the G-Shock lineup, the Gx56bb-1, often known as the king of G-Shocks, and for good reason that is. It's basically a tanked up version of the DW56bb-1ER. Now, I have worn and used it for the past 6 months now. It has proven to be accurate and reliable so far, no matter the environment. And I think it's about time to speak my mind about it and go over what's good and what's bad about it. Packaging wise, this is the box it came in. Nice glossy finish, G-Shock branding, 20 bar water resistance and so on. Let's open it up. We have a pretty hefty user guide down here for module number 3221. I'm also going to show you how to operate it in a few minutes. Your 1-year international warranty card. Here's a close shot of it. And underneath all of this, there's a tin box which holds the watch out of harm's way during transportation. Now, before we go in depth, some quick specs dimension-wise. The case is 53.6 or 2.11 inches wide, 55.5 or 2.18 inches tall, and 17.5 or 0.68 inches thick. As you can probably tell, it's a pretty beefy watch. Wearing it all depends on your taste and wrist size in the end. And personally, I don't mind oversized watches. My wrist circumference is of 17 centimeters or 6.6 inches. This should give you some idea of whether or not it's suitable for you. However, my advice would be go to the store and try it on. There should be plenty of them available in there and see if it suits you. Moving on. The straps are 32 millimeters or 1.25 inches wide. They're held in place via these screw pins, one on each side. The lug width is 16 millimeters or 0.62 inches. You can, for instance, get some adapters for a NATO or a Zulu strap if you want to. But these ones were great, they're double punctured, and the dual tank buckle is really healthy. Weight wise, we're looking at 88 grams or 3.1 ounces. It's really light, I find it quite comfortable to wear. The case is made out of polyurethane resin, the screen is mineral glass, and the case back is stainless steel. It also has a mud resist construction. Primarily you've got a membrane that covers the buttons, and there's also this back panel that prevents dust and dirt from getting into the watch. Let's go over the home screen. As you can see on the bottom, it displays time. We've got seconds, minutes, and hours. On the top there's a date, so day, month, and day of the week. Right below the date you'll notice there's an indicator for PS, so it's short for power save mode. Basically the screen is going to turn off between 10 PM and 6 AM if it remains unmoved and in the dark. I'll show you how to turn it on and off a bit later. On the bottom of the screen we have a battery level indicator for low, medium, and high. As you can see, the charge on this one is at high. It was at medium when I first took it out of the box, and it does charge up pretty fast. All you have to do is wear it and expose it to sunlight. And if you're going to store this for a long period of time, you should probably leave it somewhere with some sunlight or ambient light at least. And on the left here, there's an indicator for the snooze, alarm, and hourly chime. Pressing the light button activates the backlight. It has full auto electroluminescent backlight, meaning that if you tilt the watch towards you, it will automatically light up, but only in dark conditions. In order to activate it, you press and hold the light button until the EAL indicator pops up right above the seconds, here. In order to disable it, you just press and hold again. It uses data from the solar panel to determine whether or not you actually need the backlight, so it won't turn on during daytime, for example. Therefore, you can leave the function turned on all the time if you want to. My only issue with this function is that the watch needs to be parallel to the ground first and afterwards tilted in order to work every single time, as opposed to flicking your wrist, as on the Galaxy Watch, for example. So it's a bit awkward to use, but at least there's slim to none chances of activating unwillingly. Let's go ahead and set up the time and date now. So whilst we're in the main timekeeping mode, we're going to press and hold the adjust button. And as you can see, the time zone is now currently flashing. And we're going to navigate through this list by pressing the light or the search keys. But I'm going to leave mine on Roam for now. Press the mode key to move on. And as you can see, it's flashing off now, meaning that the daylight saving time setting is off. You can turn it on by pressing search. And mode again. And we've got a 12 or 24 hour format. I'm going to leave mine on 24. Mode again. And now I can manually set the time for seconds, hours, and minutes. And of course you use the light and search keys to increase or decrease the value. And now we can select the year, month, and day. Next up is the key tone for the buttons, that high-pitched beep. I prefer to leave mine on. You can also mute it if you want to. And moving on, we've got the illumination duration time, and I think 3 seconds is more than enough to check the time or date. And the final settings for the power saving mode. I like to leave mine on. Now just hit adjust once more and all the settings will apply. Now, the watch has a bunch of modes that are available. They're all accessed by pressing the mode button, and the first one being world time mode. Light beep, it basically contains data for 40 time zones, and as you can see, mine is set up for the Rome time zone. You can shuffle throughout the list by pressing the search button, or you can press and hold it for faster navigation. And here's the list that contains the codes for all the time zones available. Next up is the alarm mode. So same procedure as before, you're going to press the search button in order to navigate. We have 4 alarms, a snooze, and an hourly chime. And let's go ahead and set up alarm 1. I'm going to press adjust in order to activate alarm 1. As you can see, it says on, and there's also a line above the alarm indicator. Now press and hold the adjust key. And now use the light and search keys in order to increase or decrease the value. You also use the mode key in order to navigate between hours and minutes. And once you're done, go ahead and press adjust once more. Alright, stopwatch mode. We have hours on top, minutes below, seconds, and hundredths of a second. You need to press the search key in order to start it. You press again to stop. You can do this for as many laps as you want. And you just press adjust in order to restart it. Next up, the countdown timer. We have the hour and minute layout. You just press and hold adjust. Same procedure as before for applying the value. Let's go ahead and set it up for 1 minute. So 0 hours, press mode, and then 1 minute. Now you just press adjust once more, and it's done. Press search to start it. And you can pause as many times as you want to. And of course, use the adjust key once more to reset it. Now let's check out the pros and cons for this item. So pros first. A tough solar panel, so there's no need to worry about changing batteries. It also makes it suitable for use in remote areas. It's also water, mud, dust, and shock resistant. The display is easy to read in bright or dim conditions with the help of a backlit panel. It has a multitude of modes to choose from, and it's light and easy to carry. Now as far as cons go, I have seen previous reviews in which people claim their screen fogs up when their temperature values rapidly change. And I have worn and used mine in hot cold scenarios before, and it did no such thing. I'm thinking it might be a faulty lot, or perhaps the seal gasket might have gone bad in some cases. Its design, plasticky feel, and size might drive a few people away. And by the way, this model also comes in other colors. But some people even say that G-Shocks have sort of a cereal box prize look to them. But in the end, it's just a matter of taste. You either love them or hate them, and I personally dig this kind of look. Now, these two cons are a bit subjective. However, the only inconvenient about this item is a force required to press these buttons so that they register. But then again, perhaps they were thought out like this to prevent pressing them by accident. And for its price point, it doesn't get any better than this. For around 110 bucks, it is well worth that amount. It's a light timepiece with a ton of features that's solar powered, built like a tank, and overall an excellent choice for day-to-day use. Well, this completes this week's video, so thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next one, bye.